Yeah, good morning, folks. Hi, nice to see you. Nice to have you here with me again. And today, well, I'd like to give you a little bit of an introduction to jazz chords. And you see, there are a lot of players who play the normal chords, and one day they say, "Oh, there are other chords." And when you want to explore these chords, then, well, something that goes together with this is you find jazz songs. And today I'd like to talk to you about one song that is called Autumn Leaves. And this song is out, well, from a book called The Real Book, which is the so-called Bible for the jazz players. And I think in the original this song was not thought to be a jazz song because it comes from France, and I think was composed in the 50s. And well, having spoken about the jazz, the Real Book Jazz Bible, this is what it looks like when you buy it, and I really can recommend this. Yeah, buy this Bible and start to get into these chords. And today, as I told you, we start with this Autumn Leaves song. And first of all, when you take a look again at my piece of paper, you see the first chord is an A minor chord. In the notation of the Real Book, you see that they have written an A and a minus sign, yeah, and sometimes you find different how can we say, names for these chords, yeah. So don't let me talk too much about this. I talk to you about it in between. We start with the first chord of Autumn Leaves, which is called an A minor 7, and I play it like this. If it is totally new for you, keep in mind that there are always alternatives. You can play the A minor 7 like this. You play normal A minor, and then you lift off your ring finger so that you have the G, the open G string, which is the 7 here. This is the first way, the easiest way to play the A minor chord, A minor 7. And another idea is you bar the 5th fret and you put your ring finger into the 7th fret on the A string. But and I think for some of you, a new shape, a new fingering is to play it like this. You put your middle finger on the 5th fret of the E string, and then your ring finger bars the D, the G, and the B. So I play it like this. The A string is muted and the thin E string is muted too. And our basic rhythm is this. It's a kind of swing rhythm. Whenever I hit the strings with my right hand, I press down my fingers on the left, yeah, press them down only when I hit the strings, and immediately after that I lift them off. So you get this rhythm. Well, as I said, the song starts with an A minor 7. The melody starts a little bit before. Da 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 ba ba. 4 times the A minor 7. Da 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 ba. Now we change to the D7, which I play like this. This is a C major 7, you know it. And a normal C major 7, the 7 we have here in the 3rd fret on the G string. And then we move it 2 frets with your ring finger into the 5th fret. Then you've got the D major 7. Hope I don't make too many mistakes because we have all these difficult names for the chords. Once again, the A minor changes to the D major 7, and then the next chord is a G major 7. Here it is, and when you compare it to the real book notation, then you find an MAJ, yeah, for the G major 7. Sometimes you find a G7 plus. All these names are for the same chord, yeah. So here we have the G major 7, which I play like this. There are different shapes. You can play, the easiest shape is maybe this one. This is a G major 7 when you put your pinky on the D fret in the 5th fret, the ring finger on the 4th fret of the G, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the E string. This is maybe one of the easiest ways to play the G major 7 chord, but I'd like to play it like this. Put your 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the deep E string, and then your ring finger goes to the 4th fret of the D, your pinky to the 4th fret on the G, and your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And you play it like this. You mute the A string and the thin E string. Okay. The next chord is the C major 7, and normally you know the C major, normal C major chord. When you lift off your 1st finger, then you have a C major chord too, in case this is a little bit too hard for you. What I'd like you to play the C major 7 in this song. This shape here, this I'm looking for the word, but well, you know what I mean. C major 7. 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, ring finger on the 5th fret of the D string, and your middle finger goes to the 4th fret of the G, and your pinky goes to the 5th fret on the B string. So we have this sound, and mute both E strings. Yeah, you can do that by, well, simply touching the thin E string with your pinky, and well, when you move your 1st finger a little bit, then you can touch the E string, and so you can hit all the strings, but the E strings don't ring. So, where are we in the song? We finished the 4th bar once again. Da 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 bow. Da 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 ba ba bow. Da 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 da. So we played these 4 chords and now go into the second line. And the second starts with an F sharp minor 7, B, what is it? B5, yeah? Well, this is a tricky chord, but not too tricky. There are different ways to play it. The easiest way is to approach it by, well, imagining you play the A minor, and you press your thumb on the 2nd fret of the E string, and this is what it sounds like. If you are not used to playing with the thumb, or if you want to play it like me, I'm used to well, using the middle finger for the 2nd fret of the E string, and then put my ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D, pinky on the 2nd of G, and the middle finger on the 1st fret of the B string. So here we have, once again, I played like this. Here is the A minor chord, but now I played without my middle finger so that I can put my middle finger down on the 2nd fret of the deep E string. This is what it sounds like. Mute the A string, mute the thin E string. Then the next chord is a B7 chord, in German H7, and normally you play it like this. Middle finger on the second fret of the A string, first finger on the first fret of the D, ring finger on the second fret of the G, and you can, if you want to, you don't need to, you can put down your pinky on the second fret of the thin E string. So it sounds like this, or without the pinky, like that. Sorry, I have to adjust my picture that I see here, so it's unusual when the screen gets black. Well, and you know the E minor chord. So now we have the first part of the song, which is repeated. You see it, I wrote down a 1 here. We play it to the end of this, then we start again, and instead of the first, what do you call it, bracket here, then we go into number 2. Listen to it again and try. Well, I don't think you can try to play along if you are a newcomer. You have to practice these chords, but I want to show you what it sounds like. Yeah. So think of the rhythm, and well, maybe for you it might be nice to simply, well, take a look if it is too hard for you. To use the simpler forms of the chords that I try to explain to you, yeah? So here we go. Once again. Da 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 bow. Ba 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 bow. Da 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 bow. Second bracket, da 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 da. Since you ran away, this is the second part, and I will explain that to you in my next video, because this video is already 13.5 minutes long. I hope you like this and it helps you a little bit. Hope to see you again. See you.